Welcome to Protea Weekly. My name is Zane Stevens. I'm the founder of Protea Financial, and it's episode 5. Happy to be back. We're into week 2 of 2024. Wet, cold, rainy outside. It's winter, right? Well, at least it is here in California, and it's showing that way. Lots of rain, lots of water on the ground, just very murky, damp, dark conditions. Perfect conditions to sort of bring in some winter blues. And if you're an accountant, especially one that does outsourced accounting, or you work for a business in the US, probably not a good time for some winter blues. For a lot of us, it is the busy season. For a lot of us, it is sort of going, there is so much to do. We have December month ends, we have fiscal year ends, we have tax year ends, and then we've got these pesky things called 1099 where we have to give people a document to say, hey, this is how much we paid you. It's brutal. There's a ton just happening in this month. Just a lot going on, and it can feel extremely overwhelming. The month moves fast. And honestly, the first 6 weeks of 2024, or any year, to tell the truth, can just be brutal. It really is the toughest time to be an accountant. Especially in our world as outsourced accountants, it is just difficult. There's a lot going on. There's a lot expected from us. And on top of that, normal work doesn't stop. We still need to process bills. We still got to get customer invoices out. We still got to make payments. Clients still have questions. Life carries on. And it can feel extremely overwhelming. It can get you down very quickly. I know. I've been there. I've done this for a long time now. It's just looking, gosh. I started my accounting career in 2007. That means I am in my 17th year of doing this accounting work. First 3 years I spent in audit. Brutal for a totally different reason, but very similar timelines. The first 3 months of the year just sucked for me. Then I moved over to a listed company. It was even worse. We had December closes, then I had a January interim audit, and then straight into financial fiscal year, tax accounts, and listed reporting. It was crazy. Even longer period of time. Coming to this world, it's shorter, it's intense, and it's fast. And you do need coping mechanisms to be able to survive. And we're talking about the word survive. And maybe it's a little clickbaity, but really what I am trying to figure out for everybody is not just the ability to survive, but the ability to thrive, enjoy this time period, continue to live your life, and still feel like you have some balance. Now, the way I started this all out, you're probably going, is this guy absolutely nuts? That is clearly not possible. But honestly, it is. This is always possible, and it is always an opportunity for anybody to have a good, busy period. But it takes some work. So I sat down and sort of thought about the things that I do in January during the busy period to make myself successful. I went to my buddy ChatGPT and said, hey, what do you think? And between the two of us, talking to others, by many years of now experience, I came to the idea that I have 10 topics I'd like to talk about. 10 points that you can use to be successful. 10 points that can help you thrive and survive the busy period. And honestly, I look at them all and I go, these are great for the busy period, but realistically, they can probably help you at any time of the year. So let's jump into them. I sort of went on the phase of a lot of me and then a lot of around me sort of flow, but this is in no particular order. This is sort of as the thoughts are coming out of my head. I've got this piece of paper. I've written them down. We'll talk through them. My number one starting point is focus on healthy food. I don't know about you, but if I am feeling overwhelmed, stressed, I have a ton going on, and especially when I'm working at home, it's really easy to jump over to the pantry cupboard, grab a snack, and just eat. Not really focusing on what I'm eating, but putting something in my mouth because it's a distraction from all the craziness and chaos going on around me. So I try and focus in more than any month. And I try to be good every month. But I try to figure out how do I eat better. And if I feel like I do need to snack, how do I make sure that the snacks that I'm grabbing are healthy, good protein, those types of snacks, rather than just empty calories just to shove it in my face. So I personally do track what I'm eating in January. Make sure that I'm getting enough protein. Making sure I'm not overeating too much. Making sure that I'm eating good food that will help me feel energized, feel full, keep me regular, and make sure that I'm giving myself the best opportunity of success. Going with the healthy eating, number 2 is to exercise. I wish I was better at exercising regularly. In my life, when I get busy, I generally give up on my exercise because I'd rather get the work done or spend time with my family. January is the one month where I hold myself to a different standard, and I aim to exercise for 30 minutes every day. That could be a walk, jump on the exercise bike, go for a run, grab some weights in the garage, something. Do something. I bought myself a Bosu ball. It could be just, step ups for 30 minutes. It would be brutal, but I want to make sure that I exercise. I want to make sure I'm getting my heart pumping, my blood flowing, and getting fresh oxygenated blood to my brain. Exercise is a good stress reliever. It takes away a lot of the bad energy and puts it out there for the world. And a lot of the time, it's just the rush in endorphins that'll make you feel so much better. So keep going healthy and get some exercise in those busy periods. Sort of goes hand in hand. Find time to move. I've spoken this about before, but I got myself an Apple Watch. Super judgmental. About, 50 minutes in every hour, they'll pop up and say, time to stand up, it's time to move. And I've learned to listen to it. Sometimes it's just as much as standing up at my desk and working like that for a little bit. Other times it's clock out, go for a walk around the house, use that as time for a bathroom break, make a cup of coffee, but move around a little bit. Find time to move that body. So I'm not just exercising for 30 minutes, I'm making sure that I'm not sitting in the same place for a long extended period of times. That moment to just break away, free the brain, and just take some deep breaths can make a very big difference. Number 4, it's a gloomy day out here today. This is going to be a tough one for me. But honestly, you got to get outside. Just go sit outside for 5 minutes. Go walk outside for 5 minutes. Go breathe in some fresh air. Take in nature. Listen to the sounds around you. Get some sunlight. They will make you feel better. Especially on the weekends. Do the exercise, go for a hike, go for a walk with a friend. Lie in the sun outside if you can. Those in the southern hemisphere, great opportunity. Go sunbathe for half an hour. It'll make a big difference. That energy will energize you. Vitamin D is good for you. I sort of touched on it in this last point, but number 5, take advantage of the weekends. Work really hard during the week. Put in the hours. Understand that you might have to work a little bit of overtime, but be able to switch off on a Friday night and be like, it's a weekend time. Sure, you might check a couple of emails, maybe clear a deadline or 2, but make sure that during your busy period to plan events with friends and family. Figure out ways to be outside. Make the most of those weekends. It is critically important that you still find time to connect and have fun. Because if you don't, 6 weeks will feel like 6 months. And 6 months of busyness will kill you. Take advantages of your weekends. Now we're getting more into like the work nitty-gritty. And the next 3 are super important on a normal basis. But when things are very high stress, very high pressure, it's even more important that we do these things to the best of our ability. So the first one is to plan well. Make sure that you have a process to understand what you need to do today, review what came in and might need to be done, and be able to understand what's coming up tomorrow and the next day. Make sure your planning process is not short-sighted, but has a few days in advance. So it'll help you better juggle priorities. It also will help you talk to other people and prioritize, which will fall into the next points. Now, this is a big shout out, Carbon practice management software. We use it for our firm. We have been using it now for about 7 years. Absolutely critical in our success, and provides us with fantastic tools to be able to plan on a daily basis. Because we have our tasks in there, so it gives us our to-do list so we can see. We go to our email, our triage, and we can allocate to-do list items so we can plan further. It gives us the tools to be able to plan. Because the only way to be successful during the busy period is to understand what you need to get done, when you need to get done, so you can plan accordingly. Find a way to plan for yourself. We use Carbon. It is amazing. Number 8, stay connected. I mentioned about making the best of your weekends. Find time to spend time with people, but you need to stay connected with friends and family. Check in with them with a text message. Equally important to stay connected with the people you work with. Even in a remote environment, there are ways to connect with people. Send them a text, use your chat software, jump on a quick call, let them know what you're up to, where you are with your deadlines, ask them how you can help them if you have free time. Staying connected with people will remind you that you're not going through this alone. You are a team, you're there to support each other, and everybody's willing to help because we all are trying to reach the same outcome. We all want to survive and thrive, help our clients, and get through this busy period. Stay connected with your team. Stay connected with people around you. Number 9, communicate. Communicate frequently and often. Communication is absolutely critical every single day of your life. It becomes hypercritical during the busy period of time. It is not helpful if people around you have no idea what's going on. And also remember, nobody can help you unless you talk up. So make sure that you're communicating with people around you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to the people that support you and ask for help. Ask for help to prioritize. Ask for help if you're getting behind. Ask people for help if you have some free capacity. Remember that you're a team and communication is critical in being successful. Finally, most importantly, look after yourself and take responsibility for your own actions. I've given you 9 pieces of advice, but the biggest piece of advice is that you are responsible for your own well-being and your own outcome of your work. Take responsibility for yourself to be getting your own work done, being a good team member, for communicating, and most importantly, take responsibility to look after yourself. That's 10 great pieces of advice. We'll run through them quickly. Focus on your nutrition, make sure it's healthy. Watch the alcohol and caffeine during this period of time. Exercise regularly, move and take breaks, get outside, focus on sleep, take advantage of weekends, plan well. We use Carbon. Stay connected with other people around you, especially your team. Do not be scared to ask for help and communicate often, often, often. Communicate, communicate, communicate. And then take responsibility for yourself. At the end of the day, it is totally up to you if you're going to succeed during this period of time. Remember, the goal is to survive, but also to thrive. I hope this advice can help you better improve your busy period. And maybe even carry some of this advice into the full year. Maybe if you can action these this year, it will just be a better year and you'll feel motivated to take the next step in your career. I hope this information helps you. I want you all to do well. Everybody. Even those people who maybe don't like me that much. I want all of you to survive and thrive. Thank you for spending time with me. Be kind. Until next time, goodbye.